My brother's car has some problems, and before he went back to college, I decided to take a weekend and fix it up for him as a surprise. 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, and welcome back to Ellie's Garage, where my dad and I are usually restoring my 1965 Ford Falcon to become my daily driver, but today we are fixing up my brother's 2008 CRV. This is definitely something a little different, not only for the channel, but for me too. While my first love is obviously working on my car, it's kind of fun to be able to look at how other cars differ. So let me know in the comments if you like seeing me do this work, because maybe we'll do more on the channel. So my brother Luke, who is absolutely my best friend, is a sophomore in college and is home for fall break. But his car has some problems. He has a power steering leak, he's complaining about a rattling in the back of his car, we need to remove an LED light bar that has almost caused him to fail on inspection, his headlights are foggy, the black trim is all faded, and his car is just dirty. So there's a lot to do, but we're starting by fixing the power steering fluid leak. We're gonna start with the fact that Luke has a power steering fluid leak, which I never have to worry about on Carl.
Yeah.
Ha ha! So power steering fluid from his car is here, and also here in the other space he occasionally parks in. So let's get this fixed. He's missing springs to hold up.
Yeah, where's that?
So looking at the hose for the power steering fluid, you don't have to look very far to see that there is a leak, because it's like dry until a certain point back here where you start to see the power fluid leaking out, and you can actually feel a bump and a hole where it is clearly draining out of. So we clearly need to replace this hose, but we also want to replace the fluid itself, because not only have we not replaced it since we got the car like 5 years ago, we doubt they replaced it before then. So we're gonna do that too.
So that's the power steering pump.
Dada.
We've got, this is the big outlet line that goes into the power steering pump, and this is the one that comes back in.
Yes.
So we're gonna disconnect that, but if we do that, the fluid level, it's like right at it, so it's still low, but it's like right here, so if we pull that, it's just gonna leak out. So I'm gonna tip this and tip it back, and then we can cap it off with this guy.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna pull.
Okay, I'm just pulling it out and putting it out.
Or just pull it out of the way and then I'll cap
Okay.
it. I don't know if we're gonna leak anything. Oh, good. So here, let's get our drain tube on there. So I'm gonna give you. Okay, so here's the return line. Oh dear.
Well.
So I'm gonna stick it in there, and if you'll tighten that guy up. Okay, let's see. Okay, surely. Oh yeah, that's enough to be tight. I'm gonna start it up, turn it all the way to the left, and then stop and turn the car off.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna turn the wheel back with the car off to the center, so we don't use the pump as much. Then I'm gonna start it again, and I'm gonna turn it to the right. Okay. And then it should be completely dry there. We'll just see how it goes and everything. All right, this will be fun. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna turn it on and then go one way. Ready?
Okay. Oh my gosh!
What happened?
It exploded!
It exploded? Is everything okay?
No, everything's fine. I just was not expecting it.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it back now.
Okay.
Elle, will you tell me when I have the wheels straight again?
They're straight.
All right, I'm gonna start it and go back the other way, okay?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Everything okay?
So we made a bit of a mess, and yes, I probably should have been wearing safety glasses, but we had the system drained, so it was on to the next step. Okay, so we were back. We kind of hit a dead end yesterday, so we took a break, and now we're back. This is the power steering fluid reservoir, but we can't get another one.
At least not in time.
At least not in time, because he needs it by Tuesday, and it's Sunday. So we don't have time to get another one, so we are going to clean this out, because when you look on the inside, the screen in there is absolutely disgusting. We can crack this open as far as I know, so we're just going to clean it with some brake clean. I'm going to spray it in here, and spray it in there, and spray it in here, and spray it in there. You'll see. cleaner. Oh yeah, that's definitely working.
Yeah, this way is even better. You can really see through to the bottom of the filter. Sorry, don't breathe too heavy.
Okay, so now we are back to not cleaning, but actually working on fixing the power steering fluid leak. And we're starting by getting the hose off with the most difficult bolt, and that is behind this wheel, so we have to take it off.
Your feet if you need. There you go. Good job.
So the line that goes over from the pump to the steering is a line that's really complicated to get one bolt out of, especially because it takes a 21 millimeter. But to get this specific one, you need a crow's foot. And though my dad does have crow's feet in millimeters, we don't have a 21. And we literally looked everywhere in our town. We asked every person we knew with tools, anyone we could get our hands on. We were like, do you have this? And everybody was like, no. And then we realized because we don't need to save the line, we can just cut it. So we're going to cut it and then take it off because we have a 21 millimeter socket, just not a crow's foot. Spray this so it comes off easier, and then I'll talk about other stuff. We were originally thinking a cutoff wheel, but because it would be a lot safer and because we were very concerned about creating other problems to fix, I'm just gonna use this little tool that we used when we were doing brake lines. Don't remind me about brake lines. Oh. No! I don't know if you could tell, but there was no flare nut on that brake line. I give up! That's where I died. But I loved using this little thing. And we honestly could probably get a closer cut with this than we could with a cutoff wheel. So we're just gonna go with this.
I like it.
It's right there, right? I can't see it at all from down there. I can see it great from right here.
Okay, good.
I just can't see it at all down there. It was definitely a tight fit, and it wasn't easy to keep tightening and spinning the cutter, but after about 5 minutes of spinning, it finally worked. Oh, I think I did it. I did it. It's off.
Nice.
Yeah, because stuff started leaking, and I was like, ooh.
What's happening?
That's not good.
Way to go.
Wait. Yeah, I did it. My little buddy. The hose is cut. I'm going to see if we can get the socket on, because hopefully I can just get the short socket on.
Yeah,
because we cut it pretty close. Okay. Yep.
Think you can get an extension on there?
Yep.
Awesome.
For the short socket, this extension, and the third extension to make mega extension. I'm turning this way, right? I'm pulling up.
Yeah, you're gonna pull up.
Oh wait, that's what I thought. Okay, ready?
Yeah, go for it. That's got it.
That was it?
That was it.
I feel like I broke something.
Nope, you just cracked the bolt.
Ah.
Nice work.
I did it.
Well, you cut that perfectly.
I did it.
Great work. Great
I
work.
did it.
Is it leaking like crazy or anything?
Not even a little bit.
Perfect. Okay, let's get the rest of that hose out.
I mean, that was pretty close, right? That's pretty good.
No, you cut that beautifully.
Like, I don't think I could get it any...
No, that was you got that super close.
Oh yeah, I couldn't have gotten it any closer.
You couldn't have gotten it any closer. Yeah, I said, hey, let's just get a cutoff wheel in there, and Genius here said, no, let's use that little guy, and did it exactly like we needed to. Oh, and the reason this worked, you may be saying, but hey, wait a second, how are you going to get it back on though without a crow's foot? The thing is that
oh yeah, that's a good point.
The replacement hose does not have 21 millimeters because I think they realized that's crazy
stupid.
because nobody has that. The replacement is an 18 mil, which we have. We have a crow's foot for that.
With the hardest part of the power steering line done, Dad and I just needed to get the rest of the bolts and sensors taken off before we removed it from the car. Got it. Okay, we're good. Do we just pull it?
Nice. There you go. Okay, coming out.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold. I'm gonna keep.
Okay, here we go.
There you go. Again.
Bingo.
It upward.
Forward.
Oh, I was gonna try to do something. It worked the second time. If you can't tell, this is the same thing, minus having the thing cut off. I don't know how to show this.
It's showing. I mean, it's pretty bad. Yes.
Wait.
Oh!
Oh my gosh, this is a better angle. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's like someone came to Luke's power steering hose and we're like...
Does it look like, it looks like the same...
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, everything looks like it's lining up.
That looks the same. So, one thing we need to do is, I'm gonna show you the Holt, which is way worse than I thought it was. But we also need to transfer some stuff from the original hose to the new hose. Like these brackets and this sensor all need to go onto the new hose. But other than that, we should be good to just put this right back in. And hopefully it won't be as painful as getting it out. The hardest part is getting the rubber off. If you would have just let me finish,
Bingo.
Father.
Alright, that looks good there.
Yeah.
And just make it snug.
Does that mean we're good? We're just gonna.
Now you're ready to install.
Sorry, just give me a second. Give me a second. Okay.
You doing good? I've got it.
Okay, good.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're threaded.
Okay.
It's going. There we go.
Did you like?
You got it?
I think so.
Cool. Nice. There we go.
I'm just gonna. Yeah.
That's good.
That's all the bolts. So now we just put the
Reservoir on?
Yeah.
Yep. Let me start with the bottom guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
We get these back on here, both of them, because they're kind of not exactly in the same position they were as far as rotation goes.
And then clip it in.
So we put it in here, and now they're now they're kind of rotated where they're going to want to be. And now I can actually pull it. If it helps, I can pull it back out.
No, that's fine.
That was a really good idea with the vice grips. Want another?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to run it for a couple of seconds. It'll suck everything down. You tell me when it gets down to the bottom, or just when it goes down. We don't want because we're going to have to fill it back up. So.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Stop!
Running again.
Stop! Wait, go a little more. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Go a little more.
All right.
Stop!
You ready?
No. Okay, you're good. Yeah, that's it.
So we're just a little bit high.
Okay.
But that's okay. Is it bubbling? No, look, there's no bubbling of the fluid.
Okay.
We got no air in there.
So now you didn't turn it the other way, right?
I already turned it both ways. Oh, let's check for leaks. Here.
Good here.
Need the stool?
No.
Looks good there. The sensor, nothing coming out around the sensor or anything?
Good.
All right, I'm gonna check the bolt over here. Looks good.
Woohoo! So the power steering leak was fixed and I was on to the next problem. Luke has complained for about a year about a rattling sound when he sits at intersections. So when we finally took a look, we realized that it was actually a problem with the exhaust.
So, okay, so this and this are coming together in a joint. So this guy on the back, this flange is attached to this, right?
Okay,
so it goes through here, and there should be a flange that surrounds to this that bolts to this. In fact, that's what this is. That's all that's left of it. And this support connected to what once was this, but it is completely gone. Like, it should be sitting back here holding this. So, like, this is just going to come out eventually. So we just need to take the whole thing off. So what you're going to do is cut these bolts just right inside these springs.
Okay.
There you go. It's going to buck a little bit.
It's gonna what?
It's going to kind of shake and everything. You got it.
Oh my gosh.
be just fine. Keep going.
I'm gonna hit the exhaust.
No, you're not. You're gonna hit the back of that spring. Remember, it can't get out of that spring. Go for it. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Nice. I got it.
Did you do it?
Yep. Look, these guys came flying out.
Goodness gracious.
All right. Can you get that out of the... Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now...
I think this is broken.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so now we actually need to separate this joint because clearly this is... Well, you know what?
What do you want?
If it's already together, we could just try... Because, I mean, obviously it's stuck together pretty well. We could either break it loose, or we could just keep it like it is and just squish it together. Keep it as is.
Don't we need to put something over this?
Yes, that's the cool trick. Let me show you. So, this is called a split flange.
Ooh!
And it opens. I mean, it's just two pieces. So, put this around that part.
This?
Yeah, this lower part here. And that's what's going to line up and let you bolt through there. There you go.
It took some squeezing and holding to get the flanges tightened on, and we even had to widen some of the holes on the support bracket we bought, but eventually everything came back together and Luke's exhaust was rattle-free.
All right, exhaust fixed.
Woo! It felt so good to have the two biggest mechanical problems done, but now it was time for the cosmetic problems, and that started with Luke's ugly LED light bar. Dad needed to run to the parts store to get a few things, so it was up to me to try and get Luke's bumper and light bar taken off. Oh my gosh. I don't actually know what we need. We're missing a bolt. Do you know? And if I cut the wrong thing, I blame you.
Nice.
Okay, so one thing that I was doing while I was doing this is this light bar. Like, we had to put electrical tape all over it. Like, who would need this? Why would you need this? That feels good. So this bumper, we are replacing this middle section, which we have a new one of right here. But I have to take off this piece and then detach it, deattach it, detach it. Most of them. These are way easier than a lot of the ones that I dealt with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these are cool.
Oh look.
I feel like all of these are not. Yeah, and I didn't break them. Oh yeah, cause it's cut. Cause that's not supposed to be that weak. Goes like this. Yeah.
So there you go.
There are things, there's screw missing here. And so the LED bar is now gone. The bumper has been put back together. But before we got that back on, we wanted to take care of Luke's foggy headlights. Next up is the headlight. As you can tell, it's absolutely terrible. So we're gonna sand this down, then polish it and wax it, and then it should be a lot better.
I would hope so.
Dad and I sanded the headlights in 3 grits of 1,000, 1,500, and 2,000 grit paper.
That's that haziness. All right, cool. Do the whole thing till it's all hazy.
Okay, we just finished sanding. It's all smooth, but it is like foggy now. So we're gonna polish it a little bit and then we're gonna put some wax on. Oh my gosh. The year since I did this. Actually, no, it hasn't been. It's been less than a year.
Yeah. Nice work. Keep going. Yeah, I think that's really doing the trick. Give it a wipe off.
I'm scared it'll still be hazy.
Look at that.
That's so much better.
That is just a touch better.
The inside's dirty, so it doesn't look perfect because the inside's bad. But,
and you're a bit of a perfectionist.
But it looks way better.
That looks so much better. I can't wait.
Look in comparison. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that.
The polishing does a little something.
That's so funny. So we got some wax so that it doesn't get hazy again. So thin film, and then we'll buff it off.
Awesome. That was good.
Apparently, you're supposed to know when the wax is ready to be wiped off if you wipe your finger on it and it goes away and doesn't smear. So that's the test we're going to do now.
Yeah. Looks like it's ready.
Looks good. Wax off.
So now you're just buffing it in. Wow. And so it's the idea, yeah, you're leaving that film of wax on there.
We're doing a lot of different things to Luke's car, but his headlight fix has to be my absolute favorite. I mean, look at the before and the after. Luke's been complaining about his headlights being really dim, so I'm excited to see if this makes a difference at night. The next steps were washing Luke's car and bringing back some of his faded trim, but before we could do any of that, we had to get the bumper back on the car.
Take a look at this one. Oh, nice.
Final thing, after 2 days of work, we are going to get the car washed because I don't know if Luke has ever washed his car, and we are going to polish all of his black plastic trim to make it all shiny again. So that's it. We fixed his power steering and the rattling in the exhaust. We cleaned up all of his trim and his car. We got rid of that awful light beam that we've been talking about getting rid of for however long we've had this car. And now it's time to show Luke the wonderful car he gets to take back to college. I'm not that mean right now.
Right now.
Turn.
Okay, hang on a sec.
I gotta make sure you're in the right spot. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the headlights.
Don't they look so good?
So nice.
Do you see what's missing?
The
light bar.
My light bar.
I was growing a little tired of my makeshift cover for it, of just the electrical tape.
Electrical tape, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the headlights. Yeah. The headlights are what I'm proudest of. Crazy.
I'm so excited to test out the headlights tomorrow.
We decided not to completely do a new paint job because that was gonna take a few months. Maybe up to a year.
What? Really? Come on.
So we did it! Luke's car is now officially fixed and a lot safer, which is always a good thing. And what I'm taking out of the garage is that doing projects for yourself is great, but doing some for those you love is even better. Again, if you like this kind of content of me working on other people's cars, let us know because we definitely have another car to work on. Otherwise, thanks as always to my executive producer, Drew Carter, and all my patrons on Patreon. Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time in the garage.